reason we're here is to give additional details to the double homicide which occurred in Darlington this morning.
Montgomery County 911, where's your emergency?
I just stabbed myself and I killed my 2 children.
You stabbed yourself and killed your 2 children?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what's your name?
Brandi Worley.
Brandi what?
Worley.
Okay. How do you spell your last name?
W-O-R-L-E-Y.
And where are the children at?
In my daughter's room on the floor.
In your daughter's room on the floor? Okay. And what caused you to do this today?
My husband wanted a divorce and wanted to take my kid.
Okay, and how old are your children?
7 and 3.
Okay. And where did you stab yourself at?
In the neck.
Okay, are you...
Yeah, we bleed everywhere.
Okay, and where are you at?
In my living room.
You're in your living room?
Mm.
This morning at approximately 4:35 a.m., the Montgomery County Central Communications Center received a 911 call from Brandi Worley, age 30. Brandi stated the address of the emergency was 203 South Madison Street in Darlington. Brandi further stated, and I quote, "I just stabbed myself and killed my 2 children." EMS and law enforcement were dispatched to the scene while the dispatcher kept Worley on the telephone. The victims have been identified as Tyler Worley, age 7, white male, and Charlie Worley, age 3, white female. I can't imagine the pain and the grief that these families are experiencing this morning. Please keep these families in your thoughts and prayers.
In the quaint town of Darlington, Indiana, an unthinkable act of violence shook the community to its core. Nestled amid the heartland of America, this close-knit community was the setting for an event so horrifying it defies comprehension. On a chilly November day in 2016, the tranquility of this small town was shattered by a crime committed by one of its own. Brandi Worley, a mother, a wife, and once a respected member of this community, committed an act so vile it sent shockwaves from the heart of Darlington through the world. A crime so heinous it's difficult to fathom how a mother could be driven to such an extreme. But on November 17th, 2016, Brandi Worley did the unthinkable. She robbed her 2 innocent children, Tyler and Charlie, of their lives. This wasn't a case of sudden madness or a crime of passion. This was a calculated act fueled by fear and desperation. The shocking details of this chilling crime would later reveal a twisted plot and a life spiraling out of control. A crime so shocking it left even seasoned investigators at a loss for words.
Where's your husband at?
Downstairs somewhere.
Okay, what's his condition?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him. I called my mom.
You called your mom? What did she say?
My mom's scared to talk to her.
Yes.
Where you at? Where you at?
Who's this?
Hello? Oh my goodness. It's her mother, Rosie Zell.
Okay, this is Rosemary Zell, and you're her mother?
Yes, oh my God, I just got here.
Okay, is what she's saying true? Have you found the children?
No.
Okay, she said that they're in her
My
daughter.
daughter.
They said that
My daughter's she's bleeding.
Okay, ma'am, I understand you have to calm down so I can get help to you. I've got units en route to you. Your daughter said that the children are in the bedroom on the floor. Can you locate them for me? Rosemary? Rosemary, can you talk to me? Okay. We've got a unit on scene. They're going to come in the back door, okay? Okay. Have you located the children? Okay, I need you, Rosemary, I need you to go out. I need you to go out and talk to the officer, okay?
I only got one. He's here with me. Oh.
Okay, I need you to go outside and talk to the officer.
My son-in-law's here now. Ready? Oh no.
Rosemary, can you step outside, please?
I'm trying. My son-in-law's here. My I don't know where anyone is. I know.
Can you speak to the officers or talk to someone?
I can't. Ain't nobody here.
There's two officers inside the residence. They need to find you, okay?
No, he walked by me. He left me.
Okay, they're probably trying to find your daughter, okay?
No, I told him. I told him. Yeah, my grandbaby's in the back room. My daughter's on the couch.
Rosemary, what I need you to do, listen to me please, what I need you to do, I need you to go outside the back door. They're managed.
I am outside.
Okay, you're outside? Okay. And,
paramedics are in the house.
Okay, paramedics are in the house, okay. Where is he at? Where's your son-in-law at? Come on.
Go ahead.
Oh my God, Jamie. Oh my God, no.
Pick it up.
To understand the horror of the crime, we must journey back to the beginning, to Brandi's early life. Born on a chilly November day in 1986, Brandi Worley was raised in the small town of Darlington, Indiana. She was a typical Midwest girl attending Crawfordsville High School before moving on to Indiana State University. After her education, Brandi ventured into the world of teaching, dedicating her time and energy to educating young minds. Her life took a different turn, however, when she met Jason Worley. Jason, a software engineer, and Brandi, a teacher, seemingly made the perfect pair. They married in 2007, and for a while they led a life that was almost idyllic. As the years passed, Brandi transitioned from being a teacher to a stay-at-home mum, fully committed to raising their 2 children, Tyler and Charlie. The Worleys, from the outside, were a picture-perfect representation of a happy family. They had their home, their children, and each other. Brandi's life, in many ways, seemed to be the embodiment of the American dream. A loving husband, 2 beautiful children, and a home filled with shared memories and laughter. They had their ups and downs, as any couple does, but they weathered the storms together. Life, it seemed, was going according to plan. But as we know, appearances can be deceiving. A crack in the picture-perfect facade came when Jason discovered Brandi's infidelity. A revelation that sent shockwaves through the foundation of their marriage. A foundation that had been seemingly sturdy since 2007, had built a life together. They were a couple that had weathered the ups and downs of life, but this was a betrayal that cut deep. Meet Jason, a dedicated husband, father, and hard-working professional. His life took a dark turn when suspicions crept into his mind about his wife's fidelity. Suddenly his Brandi's phone was password protected. When confronted about it, she told him it was because she was planning my Father's Day present and didn't want me to ruin the surprise. About a week later, she came to him and said she felt guilty keeping a big secret, that she was having our neighbour, a contractor, build a home office for him as my present. It struck him as odd, as in their 6 years together, she has never said she felt guilty about anything and always insists that she never regrets anything in her life. Jason had just taken on new responsibilities at work, devoting long hours to his career. But as time passed, her secretive behaviour intensified, her phone conversations and actions stirring doubt. Time goes on, her phone is still password protected, and things don't feel right. He sees her using her phone and smiling to herself more and more often. But when asked what she is doing, she says nothing and puts her phone away. One morning, Jason waits for her to get in the shower and grabs her phone before it requires the password. I go through discovering a text to the neighbour saying, "I am all covered in frosting, you want to lick it off?" There were no other messages to the neighbour, but later it was discovered her phone was set up to delete messages after a certain amount of time. Fast forward to July, and at this point the paranoia is driving Jason nuts, so he requested Tel to install a new antivirus on her phone. Unlocked, he installs anti-theft and AT&T message backup and restore, so he can read all of her text messages from that point on his computer. Invited over, the neighbour is sitting across from Jason on the other couch. It is at this point that Brandi starts texting him. She is describing sex acts she would like to perform with him, and he is reciprocating. She tells him to check his Snapchat, and at the same time Jason gets a Snapchat from her as well, and it is her pleasuring herself in a bathroom stall. The pair try to meet up and have sex, and it was decided on Monday morning after Jason goes to work. He tells her, "You're my girl now," to which she replies, "Always have been," ending with him writing, "and always will be." Jason confronted his wife and the neighbour. He tells her that he is leaving her. She tells him that she will make sure I never sees his kids again if he does. She planned on using the fact that Jason had attempted suicide in high school to prove him unfit to have the children, resorting to threats and manipulation and using their children as leverage to prevent Jason from leaving. Jason's emotional turmoil deepened as he grappled with conflicting feelings of betrayal, fear for his children, and doubts about the future. Despite attempting to reconcile, the trust shattered, leaving Jason in a constant state of mental torment. Haunted by the betrayal, Jason found himself unable to focus at work, his mind consumed by thoughts of the affair. Feeling isolated and unsure of whom to confide in, he wrestled with the decision of what to do next, fearing the repercussions for his children, and reaching out on Reddit for advice, he decides to divorce Brandi. A decision that must have been as difficult as it was inevitable. This was not just the end of their marriage, but the shattering of a family. Jason's decision, while understandable, had an unintended consequence. It sent Brandi spiraling into a state of deteriorating mental health. The fear of a looming divorce, the possibility of losing custody of her children, perhaps the guilt of her actions, all coalesced into a toxic mix that started eating away at her sanity. The impending divorce, it seems, was the trigger that led Brandi down a dark path. A path that culminated in a chilling crime that would forever mar the lives of those
And we are following
involved.
some breaking news tonight at 5:30. A Montgomery County mother is now pleading guilty to killing her 2 children. Brandi Worley of Darlington was accused of stabbing her sons to death back in November of 2016. Police say she called 911 after killing them and stabbing herself, saying her husband was divorcing her and she didn't want him to take her sons. She's expected to be sentenced in March.
In the quiet, unsuspecting hours of the night, Brandi took a combat knife in hand. The same hands that had once held her children, Tyler and Charlie, in warmth and affection, now held an instrument of their impending doom. In a tragic turn of events, Brandi stabbed her children, extinguishing their young, innocent lives. The silence of the night was shattered by an act that not only ended 2 lives, but also shattered countless others. Brandi then turned the knife on herself, attempting to join her children in death. However, death eluded her. The operator, taken aback by the chilling confession, alerted the authorities. The echoes of this tragic event would reverberate through the small town of Darlington, leaving a haunting reminder of a mother's descent into madness and the innocent lives lost in its wake. In the aftermath of the crime, Brandi was charged with 2 counts of murder. As the legal proceedings unfolded, she initially pleaded her innocence, but as the weight of her actions bore down, she changed her plea to guilty. The court's gavel fell, the sentence was delivered, a staggering 120 years in prison, 55 years for the life of young Tyler, and 65 years for the life of innocent Charlie. Brandi Worley, once a mother, now a convicted murderer, is currently serving her sentence at the Indiana Women's Prison.